Liverpool, I mean, I don't know, just going to say these things as though, if I'd said these things at the start of the season, you'd all go, oh, this bloke's lost his mind now. Liverpool are 20-odd points behind Arsenal after 21 games of the season. They're 10 points behind Tottenham. They're 10th in the table. Just with your experienced football fan's eye on this, Sean, what's happening here? Because they were within that of winning all 4 trophies last year.
Well, I look at people like Salah and everybody says, well, he's gone, he's just not the man he was and all that. And you see that famous, goes down the right, cuts in onto his left foot, and those shots which are going in seem to just go wide now. You think, you're talking small degrees, but he's still doing all those things and they're just going wide. I look at Núñez and I think, he's good. Oh, he's strong, he can shrug the defenders off, he's good with his feet, he's good in the air. And I feel like he's going to come good, but we've been waiting for rather longer than perhaps we should have. I know he got injured for that while. You just feel there's just a few bits that if they got their confidence back or their accuracy back, it would actually transform the team. And I feel it's as small a problem as that. I don't feel that they've fallen apart completely. It's just not running for them at the moment. I mean, obviously, defensively, they just seem to make quite a lot of mistakes, but the confidence would probably come if they were going in the other end. If Salah was scoring, if Núñez was scoring, probably takes the pressure off a little bit at the back. But you feel now at the back, if they concede, they're going to lose.
All right. Well, you've mentioned there two of the things that their forwards are within a hair's breadth, perhaps, of restoring their confidence. The defence is not so good. But Danny Murphy, look, you played in Liverpool midfields, and I put it to you, sir, that Naby Keita, a teenage Badjicic, and a 32-year-old Thiago Alcantara is not good enough for the Premier League.
Well, I think the midfield's struggling big time at the moment. There's a lack of, not just in the midfield, this is all over the pitch. There's a lack of energy and tenacity and hunger that we know that has been Klopp's identity or Liverpool's identity for many years. There's certainly a drop in confidence which comes from losing games and people criticising you all over the team. Lots of players are low on confidence, but the lack of energy and legs is worrying, because I think you can early in the season, of course, you can talk about the hangover from last season. You can understand it. Fatigue mentally, fatigue physically, played a hell of a lot of games. And especially when you look at the numbers, people like Fabinho, Henderson, Thiago to a degree played. But there's no excuse now at this stage of the season for those lads to be lacking in those simple... You don't need to be confident to run around and be energetic. Klopp said this, and I agree with him wholeheartedly. You do not need to be full of confidence to put in a shift and do the simple things, which is win 50-50s, track runners. You know, like Thiago let Neves go for the third goal at the weekend. Thiago, if you're going to play him, and I'm still a huge fan of Thiago, you have to play him with two. If you're going to play midfield 3, he's got to play with 2 people who've got legs, because he's not as athletic as. That's the one area of his game that is his weakness. So you need to have two lots of legs around him. And I'm still surprised that every time I see a Liverpool team sheet, I don't see them train. But I don't care how he's training. Henderson plays every game for me. Still. He is the heartbeat of the midfield. He's still got the legs to do it. And for some reason, he keeps leaving him out. And now I know Fabinho's had a tough time, but when you've got players who've done 2 or 3 years, brilliant seasons for you and been consistent, allow them to go through their bad spell and put them back in. The young lad's not as good as Fabinho, of course not. It's hard throwing him into a team that's struggling and expect him to shine. It's not going to happen. So I think some of his decisions have been a bit strange recently, but the players have to take some responsibility. I think it all stemmed from the start of the season, where there was a bit of an arrogance, a little bit of a comfort zone, a little bit of a complacency about the Liverpool team that set them on this road. Then the injuries kick in, the confidence has dropped, the criticism comes, and they're struggling to get momentum. But can they redeem themselves? Well, they've got to, because when I say redeem themselves, I mean improve results, not getting the top 4. That's gone. They have to, because I'm telling you now, they're not going to get rid of Klopp.
No.
And I tell
Why
you
should
now,
they?
he's going to have a clear out with some of these lads, the way they're performing. It looks like he's at the end of his tether with some of them.
Let me just say that there's something weird going on. I mean, Liverpool, as someone's pointed out here, have scored just 6 goals in the last 6 games. They've done very poor since the World Cup and all the rest of it. But this is a very strange season. I'm going to read you the names of the top 10 scorers in the Premier League last season by the end of the season. Mo Salah, Son Heung-min, Cristiano Ronaldo, Harry Kane, Sadio Mane, Kevin De Bruyne, Diogo Jota, Jamie Vardy, Wilfried Zaha and Raheem Sterling. Only one of those in the top 10 scorers this season. Harry Kane, of course.
Really,
Harry Kane is as changeless as canal water, as certain as the sunrise. There's something different with this World Cup season and all the rest of it.
Yeah.
Nobody who was getting goals last season is doing it this season.
We
to the same
were also
extent.
looking, I think it was the PFA team of the season from last year, and none of them would get in the PFA team of the
Really?
season this year. It was something like
Amazing.
that. Son was in it.
I think inevitably, just on the Liverpool thing, I need to say the lack of goals recently does. You're right.
Are you
They
with
have
me
had
on the
some.
Salah
They
and
have had
Núñez
some
thing?
chances. They have, and there are fractions. But you're not gonna have the same amount of chances if you're not getting turnovers as high up the pitch. You're not getting as much pressing. You're not dominating games as much in possession. You're gonna get less chances. So they need to go in.
Yeah, but there was there that stat that they've conceded first in
Somewhat
8, 7, 8, 9
ridiculous.
games or whatever. But they'd been missing chances sometimes in that first 10, 15 minutes. And I've always felt with Liverpool, when they knocked their first one in previously, the confidence just soars through the team. And you talk about the sapping in confidence. It's coming from Salah and Núñez missing those chances early.
It's contagious. It starts with 2 or 3 and then it spreads through the team.
Yeah.
Defenders can't defend at the minute. The strikers aren't scoring. The manager's getting criticised. He's falling out with you lot. I say you lot. I suppose I'm one of the you lot now, aren't I?
That's right, yeah. Don't forget that.
I
You
still
most
can't. I still
specifically
feel like
are.
I'm on this side, Sean. You know what I mean? I
I'm
can't
a
help
different
it.
sort of media.
You'll be like Simon Jordan, who always refers to me and Sean as the media, as though he's not the media.
Yeah, true.